So, the chapter that we had was focusing on educators' mental health, specifically developing love and self care. My name is Beth Burrows.
I'm Lauren Shermack.
And I am Brianna Chuma.
So, first off, we're going to start with the objectives for this lesson. Our first objective is that we will be able to learn ways of being to improve the mental health of educators. Next, we are going to be able to learn ways of thinking to improve the mental health of educators. And then lastly, we are going to be able to understand the need for self-care as a daily practice so you can be the educator you aspire to be for your kids, especially the challenging ones. So why is it important? It's important to promote mental health. This chapter provides ways of thinking and ways of being to improve your mental health as a student and future educator. It's also important because it can be a very taxing position. Being a teacher is a strenuous position that can lead to burnout. Allowing for your mental health to be a priority in your life can sustain your career. Lastly, it's important because it's helpful to be a better educator. Practicing self-care will help you be a better educator, especially for those who challenge you. You simply cannot care for others if you are not caring for yourself.
So, first, we're going to start off and talk about an inclusive and a loving classroom and things like what it looks like, what it sounds like, and what it feels like. So, to begin with, what it looks like a community with a sense of great connection and practices that are implemented to improve our mental health, our physical health, and the mental and physical health of the others around us. Every student, educator, and community member can bring in mindfulness to this classroom, and all are welcome. What it sounds like is active collaboration in all you do and everything you do throughout your day and outside of the classroom. So this is being an active member in the classroom community and building that sense of love, building that sense of trust, and building the sense of community itself. We are also uplifting others at all times, finding and reassuring our values and the values of others, and improving the mental health of all around us while doing so for ourselves. And what it feels like is a full cup, which we'll talk about later in this presentation. But when our cup is full, it is easier for us to share our time, share our knowledge, and share our love with others, which is definitely important for us as educators. We also have that capability of finding the presence of mind and energy to give back to others and back to our students and the community and the administration aspect of this as well. And our patience levels will be higher, which is great, especially as educators, and we can function better for ourselves and for our students.
So now we're going to talk about the McLeod and Clauson approach. This is how, as a teacher, you're going to be teaching and supporting your students and yourself. Um, so there's three items that you can do. So changing our mindsets, focus on self-care, and reflect on happiness and healing. So starting with number one, changing our mindset, you can use positive affirmations like I can do this, I'm a good person, I can get through today. Just thinking positively, like ignoring all the negative feelings or negative thoughts. Next, you're going to be focusing on self care. So then you're going to be taking time to calm your mind, recenter your thinking, think back to your positive affirmations. And this just helps you become calmer in the classroom. And you can also teach your students how to do self care themselves and how to be positive. Lastly, reflecting on happiness and healing, that happiness is a choice and that it can be shared. And this gives teachers advantages because it gives students a safe place that's made for healing, relationship building, and taking care of any situations that can be challenging. It just allows teachers to take care of those situations and be able to build those relationships in a healthy and safe manner.
Next, we're going to talk about the approach to loving and caring for educators and our mental health and what it does for it. Our two examples are to transform your gratitude and to share the love with reflective compliments. So back to transforming your gratitude, we are urging all to look for positivity, and this will change your mood by increasing it. Something you can do is write down what you're grateful for every day, and that's something that people should be doing anyways to increase their mental health. Um, but specifically for in transforming your gratitude, you can do things like making gratitude drawings, sending a gratitude email to yourself, which I think is more common than the rest, creating a color-coded and formatted guide and gratitude list, and writing in a gratitude journal daily, weekly, whatever works for you to transform your gratitude and increase that mood. The next one is sharing the love with reflective compliments. So once you master doing it for yourself, you can share it with others. Reflective compliments are any written note that is given to a specific person for the purpose of thanking them, connecting to them, and lifting their spirits. This can be as simple as a note to a custodian, a teacher, or an administrator, but anything you can do to share that love, that caring, and nurturing approach with others too is also very good for your own mental health.
So, although we've heard many pros of teacher self-love and care, there are a couple of cons. The first one being working with students can feel very personal and emotionally taxing. The second one would be supporting all students requires intense levels of energy, presence, and patience.
All right, so now we're going to talk about the importance of self-care and more. So right now we have two examples. So fill your cup first and then plan to prioritize your needs. So when it comes to filling your cup, and to make it full, and when it is full, you feel fully rested, calm, patient. You have lots and lots of energy to work with your students. And some strategies to fill your cup is eating right. You could read, journaling, doodling, listening, playing music, taking a walk. Just anything that like makes you feel happy and gives you lots of energy. The next one is plan to prioritize your needs. So you have like a list, the list from filling your cup, and you choose one of those, and then you make a plan of action based on like what it is you really want to focus on. And then these questions, you have questions to ask yourself, which how can you shift your emotions and levels of energy away from feelings of scarcity and sadness towards feeling of balance, support, and happiness? And then who are you going to involve in your self-care to be your self-care sponsors, so then they like keep you on track onto your self-care routine. That way you stay fully rested, calm, and patient. And then our last one for importance of self-care and more is community. So community is really big in the school system and as an educator, because a sense of community strengthens an educator's well-being and their health. It also brings in a sense of belonging and trust. They feel a greater connection with their community, and this helps educators implement practices that improves their own mental and physical health, but it can also improve their students' mental and physical health. And then it also builds new, healthier habits.
So, just a recap of what we had talked about today, and 3 points we do want you to leave this presentation knowing a little bit more about is one, why a teacher's mental health is so important. And there are many habits and strategies that can be implemented into everyday life that teachers can add into that daily routine and help them feel less stressed and be that better educator that we all want to be. The second one is the importance of self-love, gratitude, community, and happiness, and that these many factors can lead to a better personal self as well as an individual in your classroom community. We are stressing to our students we want a great classroom community member, so we need to be that member for ourselves as well. And remember to take the time to calm the mind and do that for your students as well, and choose to be happy, which leads me to my third point of reflecting happiness. And that earlier in the presentation, we had stressed that happiness is a choice, happiness can spread, and happiness can give you that advantage in and out of the classroom. So there are reasons why an educator's mental health is so important to yourself and your classroom. Thank you.